Okay, welcome back children to the lesson force and pressure. In the previous classes we discussed about what is force and what kind of effects force can do and what are the types are present in the force, contact force, non-contact force. About all forces we discussed up to gravitational force. So with that the topic force is completed. Now let us start the new topic, that is pressure. That is pressure. Right? So here what is meant by pressure? Force means apply on the object, right? So here pressure is nothing but a force that is applied on a surface area, on a unit area. The force applied on a surface area of the object, a unit area of the object, is called as force. Simply, force, pressure. What is meant by pressure? Pressure means the force applied on an unit area, of the object. Right? Force, what is meant by pressure? The force applied on an unit area of the object. For example, let me explain you with an example. Say it is smooth wooden plank, a wooden cube, and with the help of your thumb you try to push your thumb into the wooden plank. Will you able to press it? No. Do your finger enters in? No. Whereas now to the same wooden plank with same force, for example you used 20 Newton force to press. Now also you use 20 Newton force, but this time you do one thing: keep a sharp nail or needle, and apply the same 20 Newton force onto the area. Then what happens? Guess? Yes, simply the nail is going to enter into the wooden plank. It enters into wooden plank. So here in first case, when you applied the same force 20 newtons with your thumb didn't enter in deeper layer of the wood. Whereas when you apply the same pressure with a nail, the nail entered into wooden box. Why this thing occurred here? You applied the same force. First time it didn't enter, but second time the nail entered instead of thumb. How it is possible? Because here the pressure increased when you used a needle, right? We'll discuss later why pressure is increased when we use the needle, but the here concept is that the force applied on an object, that to what? On a unit area of the object, at this particular area. At this particular area of the object, when you apply the force, then it is called as pressure. Here very important thing is that pressure depends upon the weight also. If weight increases, pressure also increases. For example, if a child he put his foot on your leg, do you feel any pain? No. If an young man or adult man, if he keep his leg on your foot, then what happens? Definitely you are going to sense the pain. Means here when force increases, pressure also increases. When weight increases, then also pressure increases. Right? You just remember that the pressure can be depend upon the force applied, and as well as the weight of the object is also called as force. The weight of the object is also called as force. in this case. Why? Because when weight increases, it means force increases. When force increases, automatically pressure also increases. Right? Just try to understand this concept. Here the pressure is nothing but the force applied on a unit area of the object. Right? So that here pressure works. Actually, pressure can be formulated like this. See here. Pressure equal to force, with force that we applied on unit area of the object, so in simple form, P equal to F by A, force by area. P equal to F by A means pressure is equal to force that we applied on the object and area on which we applied the force, right? So let us take one example. Right. The first kind of problem. I applied 20 Newton force. Are you getting or not? 20 Newton force on an object in the surface area of 2 meters square. 2 meters square. Then tell me what is the pressure? We know that pressure equal to what is that force that we applied by on area that we applied the force. So here force, how much force we applied? 20 newtons divided by, okay na, area. How much area it is? 2 meters square. 2 meters square, or otherwise you can say 2 square meters. Right. 2 ones are 2 tens are. So the answer is pressure equal to 10. Okay, 10, it is good. But what is this? Newton by what is this? Meter square. So here the pressure that I applied is 10 Newton meter square. 10 Newton meter square. By that we can say the unit of the pressure is, SI unit of the pressure is Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. Right? Here Newton is for the force and meter square is of the area. So Newton per meter square is the unit for the pressure. It is unit for pressure. So here Newton meter square is also called as Pascal. It is also called as Pascal. Let us see that. So 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 1 Pascal. It is equal to 1 Pascal. Right? So here 1 kilo Pascal equal to 1000 pascals. 1000 pascals. So here Pascal is a scientist name and it is given for the pressure. So like this we can able to get the formula of pressure. So pressure units, either you can say Newton meter square or otherwise you could use Pascal. 1 kilopascal is equal to 1000 pascals. 1 kilopascal is equal to 1000 pascals. Right. So here let us take some examples that we use pressure. In our daily life. So here there is a rule I want to explain you. That excellent rule of the pressure is that, very important, if surface area of an object decreases on which force is acting, then pressure increases. So see here, when surface area of an object decreases on which force is acting. For example, I will give you best example here. When you see in cinema theaters or in shopping malls or somewhere, in a glass, there will be carbon dioxide bottle is there, cylinder, carbon dioxide cylinder is there. Whenever fire accident occurs, we have to put out the fire, right? So beside this box, they will arrange a hammer. यहाँ एक हथौड़ी लगाया जाता है. Have you seen this? There is a hammer arranged beside this box, and it is made up of glass. Or otherwise, you can see in the bus windows, emergency bus window. Beside that, there is a hammer, right? And now, my question is that when you are in the critical condition, fire accident occurred and suddenly bus fire accident occurred, then if you want to break the glass, just tell me by which side you are going to break the glass. Either blunt side of the hammer or sharp side of the hammer, say A or B. By using which side you are going to break? Exactly. I know you are saying A, but it is wrong. We should use B, the side B, very sharp. Why? Because when surface area decreases, for example, if you use the blunt end A, then surface area is more between the contact. The surface area is more. See, here it is blunt end of the hammer. Blunt end of the hammer, and surface area that is touching is more. Whereas in second case, if you reverse it, if you are breaking with the sharp end, if you are trying to break it with the sharp end, then what happens? The surface area is very less. We know that when surface area decreases, then pressure increases. It applies more pressure and you can easily break the glass. So remember, whenever you are in a danger situation, simply don't use the blunt end of the object, use pointed end. Means whenever the surface area decreases, then pressure applied on it increases. For example, if you apply 40 newtons, right, it won't break. If you apply even 10 newtons in this manner, the glass is going to break down. You can smash it. Why? Because when the surface area decreases, then pressure increases. Already I explained you about the chappals. The chappal with blunt surface, okay na? The chappal with heel. For example, you and your friend walking in the sand. If you have blunt bottom shoes, then you could easily walk on the sand. Whereas if your friend wearing heeled shoes, if his or her shoes it contain heel, then what happens? Here the contact surface area is decreased, and these are your shoes. This is your shoe and it is touching the total ground. This is your shoe and it is your friend's shoe. What happened here? The surface area of the touch here more and here less. When surface area is decreased, when there is less surface area, then pressure increases. Pressure increases. When surface area is more, then pressure decreases. Pressure decreases so that you can walk easily on the sand with the blunt shoes, but your friend it is very difficult to him to walk in the sand by wearing heels, right? So like this there are many examples are there. Okay, now let us take first example, next example. Here your school bags, your school bags, they have very wide straps. Straps का मतलब वो जो आप पहनते हैं देखो बैग को, right? So here to your school bag they give wide straps. Right? So these are the strips which are given widely that you are wearing your bag, right? Why they given wide straps? Why don't they give this narrow one? Why they given widened straps? Right? Simple. If the surface area decreases, pressure increases. If surface area decreases, pressure increases. If surface area increases, pressure decreases. So here widened straps are nothing but they are the surface area touching your shoulder is more. When surface area is more, then pressure is less, so you feel very less pressure. For example, when you go to market, you are going to carry a bag. Just do one thing, take 10 kg of weight, any weight, and put in the bag, and use two kinds of bags. First bag should be wide strap. Second bag with the narrow strap, thin strap, and try to lift them together. Which one feels happy and free? The blunt one, the widened one, because when the strips are wide, they won't apply any pressure on your finger. Whereas when the narrow straps are there, they increase the pressure and you feel very weight. So that's why to your school bag they give widened straps. Right? So by this you can decrease the pressure on your shoulder. Or otherwise they may cause very injury or damage to your shoulder. Right? So like this, the pressure depends upon the surface area that it is touching. Here is another example. Listen, why should we use sharp side of the knife? Okay, now we use the sharp side of the knife to cut the vegetables in our kitchen. Why don't we use the blunt side? It is sharp and it is blunt. Why don't we use blunt side to cut the onions? Will you cut easily by the blunt side? No. By the sharp side only you can able to cut the onions easily. Onions are any food material. Easily you can cut with using sharp one. Why it is easy to cut the vegetables with the sharp one? Because here blunt end it has widened, means surface area is more with the blunt end. When surface area is more, pressure decreases, so that you are unable to cut it, you are unable to apply pressure on it. Whereas if you use sharp end, then surface area decreases and pressure increases, so that you can easily cut it. Even axe to cut the wood, axe, razor blade, right? And even needle also have very sharp ending for the easy stitching of the cloths. Needle is for pricking whereas these are for cutting, razor blade or knife, axe, they use it for cutting, but needle is used for stitching purpose, right? So here whatever it may be, the main concept is that if you decrease the surface area, then pressure increases, and as well as in our daily life we seen that at the railway station, what do you call, uh, the helpers, they are very ready to carry your bags, luggage. So when you order them to carry the luggage, they are going to wind a towel around their head, on their head, and they are going to lift the weight. Why they are putting that what do you call, cloth on their head? What happens if they don't use that cloth? What happens? Here the head, very little surface area of the head will be with the luggage. Then what happens? Pressure increases on his head. He feels more weight. Whereas if we use the towel, then surface area increases, so that pressure decreases, then he feels the weight is very less, right? That's why the workers, those who are working with the carrying materials, they use it to wind the towel around their heads, right? So this is the main reason why, how to reduce the pressure. If surface area decreases, pressure increases. If surface area increases, pressure decreases. Very simple concept, right? So here another one, when we plow the soil, the farmer should be on the cushion. When he stands on the cushion, then his body weight will be applied on the cushion, and it is going to make the deeper depressions, right? If he stand on the ground, then simply the plow unable to, unable to make the depression whenever the man is standing on the plow, right? So these are some examples that we use in our daily life for the pressure. We'll discuss more about the pressure in next class. Thank you.